Welcome back to the main events of Italian diplomatic activity abroad. On the evening of Thursday, February 13, Foreign Minister Tajani, together with his colleague from the Bernini University, welcomed 14 Palestinian children with cancer at Ciampino Airport in Rome, arriving from Gaza with their families to be treated in various Italian hospitals. We want to continue to be close to the population that have suffered the horrors of war. The humanitarian commitment of Italian foreign policy is a piece of the great mosaic for the reconstruction of the Gaza Strip. Every child we treat will be awarding in favor of a stable and lasting peace, for a diplomacy made of solidarity that restores hope to the most fragile and defenseless, commented Tajani on social media. On Monday 10th, Minister Tajani chaired a ministerial meeting at Villa Madama with the Western Balkan countries Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kosovo, North Macedonia, Montenegro and Serbia, and friends of the Western Balkans group Italy, Austria, Croatia, Greece, Czech Republic, Slovakia and Slovenia. Also present were the EU High Representative Kaja Kallas and the EU Commissioner for Enlargement Maria Kos, with whom Tajani had bilateral meetings. The stability of the Western Balkans is a priority for the Italian government, Minister Tajani indicated, underlining its close connection with the security of the entire continent. On the sidelines of the summit, the foreign minister spoke about the acceleration of a possible solution to the Ukrainian crisis, due above all to the activism of the Trump presidency.
Io mi auguro che tutto questo fermento serva poi a portare.
I hope that this excitement will then serve to lead to a ceasefire and just peace that cannot be certainly the defeat of Ukraine or the loss of freedom by Ukraine. Of course, Europe has an important role to play. It is not just a question of the United States, Russia, because then we have here and the United States is far away. We are the ones who must in fact have a relationship with Ukraine and then with Russia. February 12 was the International Day Against the Use of Children in Armed Conflict. On this occasion, Tajani reiterated Italy's commitment to defending the rights of children around the world, particularly in conflict situations. A note from the Farnesina recalls that the Italian government strongly supports the mandate of the Special Rapporteur on Children and Armed Conflict, Virginia Gamba. It also adheres to United Nations programs to improve the lives of many innocent victims of conflicts. Italy's commitment has translated within the European Union into the impetus to update the guidelines on children and armed conflict, finally adopted in June 2024. On February 10, Deputy Foreign Minister Edmondo Cirielli traveled to Warsaw, where he met for the second time in a few months Under Secretary of State at the Minister of Foreign Affairs Marek Brauda, for an in-depth discussion that confirmed the excellent state of Italian-Polish bilateral relations. In addition to bilateral dossier, ample space was dedicated to the international agenda, starting from the conflict in Ukraine and development related to the energy crisis in Moldova. Previously, the Deputy Minister visited Kuwait for the fourth round of bilateral political consultations. Cirielli also visited the Italian contingent at the military base of Ali al-Salem. Under Secretary of Foreign Affairs Maria Tripodi participated in the inauguration of the exhibition The Naive Art of the Slovaks by Kovacina in Serbia. The voice can be heard from afar. Organized by the Slovak Embassy in Rome with Foreign Minister of Slovakia and Serbia, Blanar and Duric. On February 13, Tripodi participated in the third Aqaba Format Plus ministerial meeting on Syria in Paris. Italy is at the forefront of the humanitarian response in support of the Syrian people, said the Undersecretary, who continued, "We are therefore ready to contribute to the reconstruction process, providing direct assistance and also leveraging Italian civil society organizations present on the ground and the great potential of the companies." The Italian ambassador to Mali, Stefano De Jacque, and the Minister of Trade and Industry of the Government of Mali, Moussa Alassane Diallo, participated in Bamako in the launch of an initiative to promote the textile industry. Mali is the largest producer of cotton in the whole of West Africa, but has not yet developed an industry for its transformation. Hence the initiative of the company Elegance Italo-Malienne to contribute to the creation of textile production centers in Bamako and Koutiala, with contacts also with Italian investors. Eni and the Italian Agency for Development Cooperation have signed a memorandum of understanding to improve the quality of technical education in Egypt in response to market needs and to promote green and digital transitions. The project is based on the model of the School of Applied Technology that Eni established in Port Said, which had its first class of graduates in 2024. the Kurdistan Italy Economic Forum, organized by Representation of Kurdistan in Italy under the patronage of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation and Confindustria, took place in Rome. Among the speakers was that of the Minister of Environment, Pichetto Fratin, who underlined that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation is particularly committed to supporting the efforts of the autonomous region of Iraqi Kurdistan in the ecological transition. The first edition of the Italian Film Festival, promoted by the Italian Embassy in Lebanon and the Italian Cultural Institute of Beirut in collaboration with the Metropolis Art Cinema, took place in Beirut. Among the screenings was that of Vermiglio by Maura Del Pero, a first-run film in the Mediterranean and Middle Eastern area. On February 12, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and RAI presented the Sanremo Giovani World Tour, an initiative created to promote young talents in Italian music around the world. The tour will take the 4 finalists of Sanremo Giovani 2025, Alex Wise, Maria Tomba, Settembre, Vale LP and Lil Jolie abroad. In the first half of May, the tour will touch Montreal, Toronto, Miami, New York and Chicago. And that's all for now. Thanks for your attention and stay tuned.